Welcome back. Justin here from Pragmatic Works, and we are in the middle of our DAX guides on text functions. The next function on our list is the EXACT function. EXACT checks if two text strings are exactly the same, and it includes case sensitivity. The syntax is EXACT followed by the first text, comma, and the second text. The return is a Boolean return, true if both strings are identical, including the case, or false if they are not identical. The EXACT function in DAX is used when you need case-sensitive comparisons or to avoid false positives in matching similar-looking strings. A real-world scenario here might be when validating credentials in a custom Power BI report for system auditing or user activity. EXACT would ensure that user input matches stored usernames exactly, especially in systems with case-sensitive login rules. So this is a good way of just checking something or validating that it is in proper format. So let's go ahead and let's jump into our Power BI report and see the EXACT function. All right, here we are in our Power BI report. You can see we're on the EXACT tab, and let's look for some data that we could actually use this function in. So let's head over to our demo data set and we'll look at it in table view. We've been doing this quite a bit. All right, and let's take a look at our demo data set here. Let's say we want to look for a particular email address. All right, now we have a short data set here. It's very tiny, but in reality, we could have millions and millions of rows, and this EXACT function would come in handy if we're looking for something in our data. All right, so now that we're in our table, let's take a look at the email column. That was the example that we were giving in the slides. So let's go ahead and make a new column, and we'll call this column email match. And we'll use the EXACT function. And you can see what EXACT does here. It checks whether these two text strings are exactly the same, and it returns a true or false. So EXACT is case sensitive, and that's an important feature of the text function category in general. When we use these functions, some of them are case sensitive and some of them are not. And so it does, which one you choose will have a difference, will make a difference in your returns. So EXACT here is case sensitive. So let's say that we want to check if the email address from this table is from that column of this table is exactly this. So let's take a look at John Doe. So John, and then we're looking for that exact text, right? And then I'll close that off, and including case sensitivity. So I hit enter, and you can see I have my email match over here, true if it matches, false if it does not. So the return is simply true or false. If I wanted to see this visually, I could simply put my customer name and the email match. So I know that I'm looking for, I have a true match if I'm looking for John.Doe. It matches this particular customer name. So useful if you're looking for something. I think I mentioned in the beginning modules that sometimes you might do something here with one of these text functions that is very temporary. So now that I've checked for that match and I've verified the existence of that email address, I might simply delete that column at this point. But you can see a use case scenario for the EXACT function. I'll see you in the next module, and we'll take a look at the next text function.